法律101。
朋友们大家好，欢迎收听德州中文台，我是胡美健。在今天星期四，我们接下来带给大家法律101，要再一次的为朋友们邀请的，这是来自休斯顿的高阶警官 Officer James Sabota 参加我们的节目了。我们和他接下来关心的就是和你我相关的重要的安全的讯息，千万不要错过，一块关系。Good morning, Officer. Welcome to join us today.Good
morning, Pam, and thank you so much for having me on the show. I'm always so excited to come down to the studio and be on the show.
Thank you. Well, this is the first show in the new year, in the 2023.
Time goes by so fast, and we're all getting younger. See, this is good. We're getting younger and smarter.
That is a good thing to know, to hear, to begin the day with.
And smarter also.
That's good. It feels good. 朋友们，你觉得怎么样呢？我们越活越年轻了，而且越来越聪明了。哎呀，真好！今天我们就用这样子的心情来开始展开一天啊，一定是一个充满了惊喜、活力而且开心的一天。好，我们接下来呢和 Officer James Sabota 讨论一下我们现在的重要的在安全方面的讯息。So any important information you would like to update and to bring up our audience attention?
Yes, indeed. And I'm really excited about the New Year coming up this weekend. I'm maybe Sunday I'll show up to some restaurants and maybe some markets.
Wow.
I'll show up, and sometimes when I get out, they go, "Oh, you're Officer James Sabota from the radio channel. You're famous." So anyway, no, I tell you what, from what I gather, this weekend is the Chinese New Year, and people will start getting together gifts, maybe going to the bank, getting some money out to put in cards for the children. Well, that is wonderful. But I want to remind everybody about safety tips. When you're going to the bank, when you're going to the ATM, this is a different situation now, and it's a different game. And these thieves have become smarter, wiser, and they're watching us. So, we have a lot of tips. Now, starting off, if you do go to a ATM or a walk-in standalone bank, whether it's in a strip center, it's very important to have a plan. Whether you're going to get out under $100 or several $100s or several $1,000. Maybe you have a business and you need to have some cash for your business. But it's very important when you walk in, stay observant the whole entire time.
Wow.
And so when you do get your money, do not flash your money. Don't have it just in your hand or in your, it's very important to put it in your pocket, put it close to you, and don't count that money out in public. In other words, when you get out to your car, and you'd be surprised. And as busy as we are, many times people are on the phone. Once they get their money, whether it's an envelope or a bag, and then they're so busy, they have the plan today. They're walking to the parking lot of the bank or the shopping center on the phone, or they're looking down and they're texting, walking in public. And this is what the thieves like to see.
好，在这儿呢，一开始这个Officer Sabota 呢就在提醒我们的听众朋友，在现在呢这个礼拜六就是我们的除夕，礼拜天就是正月初一，过年了。朋友们，常常我们在这个时候会有一些领钱，我们要去 ATM， 要到银行去领钱。那么第一个呢，就是一定记得，你要是去 ATM， 你要去这边领钱请注意一下你周遭 眼观四面，耳听八方，而且集中精神。领了钱以后，赶快把钱给收起来，别站在那边数钞票，也不要拿着你的手机边跟人家讲话，这个钞票还放在手边，在手上一边握着。然后呢，或者进到车子里面，门虽关了，这个钱呢还是放在旁边。然后电话先拿起来送简讯 ，text message、line 或者是 WeChat， 赶快微信赶快送啊。然后电话在那边打的接的讲着，这个时候你知道吗？你已经成为了宵小歹徒的对象。在现在呢，当你到 ATM machine你去领钱的时候，周围你知道有多少的眼睛在看着你，在等着你，甚至于在看你是不是会放松警戒，然后呢让小小有机可乘。所以第一个呢，在今天节目一开始 Officer Sabota 就要提醒大家，中国新年要来了，我们就在这一个周末，就是我们的 Chinese New Year， 所以在兔年的到来之前，我们呼吁朋友们注意自身和财务的安全。
Now, when you go and you make that plan to go to the bank or the ATM, is have a plan and minimize. Take the very least with you that you got to carry. Don't carry bags with you. You know, if you got to take your purse, you got to take your purse. But have your bank card ready in your hand before you get out of your car. Don't get out in public and start digging in your briefcase or your purse. You start digging in there, looking around. Then you're not focused. So have your bank card in your hand. Go straight to the ATM, get out your money envelope or a bank, and come back to your car. So have a plan before you actually walk into that ATM or that bank.
好，在这里呢，也就是要再度的提醒大家，你领了钱以后啊，你这个第一个呢，我们还是要多一件事情注意，就是因为你的车子，你的 parking 这个不一定是在 ATM machine 前面，可能在旁边的 parking lot， 可能在另外的地方。你要注意，你的钱一领了以后，赶快就先放到口袋里头，千万别站在这个 ATM machine 前面，一张钞票一张钞票的在那边点，然后看一下有没有这个 machine 少给我了一张，还是我多赚了一张。这个时候你多点一下，在那边多秀一下你的现金，你很可能你不是少了一张，你是全部没有了，全部被别人被歹徒给拿走了。想要多拿一张，从 ATM machine里面多赚一张，他多吐一张，意外之下多吐一张给你。不能说完全 100% 没这个可能，但是几率实在太小。相比被歹人抢走你的现金的几率来比的话，那朋友们建议大家不要去冒这个险，拿了现金赶快塞到口袋里面，赶快离开。
Now, once you get your money and you're walking out of the bank, now it's very important to be aware. Now, what are you going to do if somebody walks up to you or somebody's parked next to you and somebody's sitting in a car or leaning on a car or standing next to your car? What do? The main thing is if you know that somebody is in the parking lot near your vehicle, more than likely they have been watching you. And there's nothing wrong with going back into the shopping center, going back into the bank, and ask for management and tell them, I feel very uncomfortable because somebody's standing next to my car. I feel very uncomfortable somebody's sitting in a car next to my car. So go in there and ask for management, and sometimes these banks have security and have them escort you to your car.
OK， 好，如果说你在银行里面拿了这个领钱出来，然后呢要到你的车子，那么你的车子旁边也有其他的车子，其他的驾驶。当然呢，我们这个害人之心不可有啊，但是我们也说防人之心不可无。最主要的是保护好自身的安全。如果你觉得在你的车子旁边有人站在那儿，你也不知道他是不是另外一辆车辆的车主驾驶，或者他在等朋友，或者他也正在讲的电话，在那边找东西，在那边站在那边，你觉得你感觉不是那么安稳， 那么就不要进车子，宁愿回到银行，请银行里边的保安保全陪着你到你的车子那边去。这个样子的话，你既不会影响到旁边的这一位，不晓得是车主还是其他的顾客，对你自己来讲呢，你也有更好的安全保障，让你自己更安全。
Now, in many cases, if you are walking to your car and you don't see anybody there, and you get to your car and all of a sudden somebody appears, and as you're getting into your car, they may want to get your trust. They may stand back 4 or 5 feet and say, "Ma'am or sir, can you please help me? My child's sick, we ran out of gas, or my car broken down. Can you please help me? Can you give me a few dollars so I can go to the hospital?"
No.
Absolutely not. You tell them, "No, thank you." You get into your car, you lock your car. And sometimes some of them get very brave. They'll come to your window and knock on your door or your window, and they will be persistent. Lock your door and say no. Now, if you have to, if you think they're getting aggressive with you, there's nothing wrong with laying on your horn of your car for a long time to get people's attention around you in the parking lot. You know, we all know what a horn sounds. If it's just a beep beep, maybe somebody's warning somebody because they're getting in and out of a parking spot. But if somebody's laying on a horn, it gets people's attention, and these criminals will know this and they'll run off.
OK， 在这里呢，就是要提醒我们的听众朋友，有的时候呢，我们这个领了钱啊，你进车子以后呢，有人可怜兮兮的啊，紧张兮兮的，他需要帮助，他到了你的车子旁边跟你讲说，他有什么样的紧急情况，也许是他的家人、他的孩子急需不是很多，就那么一点点的金钱的帮助，你会觉得这个人都有紧急急难的时候，爱心总是可以伸个手啊，一点点就可以帮助人。但是呢，在这儿呢，人心不古，我们只能这样讲。像也许孟子是人性本善，显然我们在这边呢要比较强调的是人性本恶。所以要提醒大家，不要把你的这个好心造成自己的灾难，所以要谨慎，一定要谨慎。99%的机会，警方都会告诉朋友们 say no， 不要答应，不要摇下窗子，不要走出你的车子。如果对方不肯走，扒在你的车门旁边我想趴在你的车头上的机会不多，扒在你的门旁边的机会比较大，你就按你的喇叭死命的按下去，引起其他人的注意那么这个样子呢，就可以让这样子的烦恼，这个样子的情形可以很快的就解除，你可以顺利离开。
Now, we're all born and raised to be kind to everybody, to be sympathetic. So, you know, when I'm off duty and I'm in plain clothes sometimes, when somebody says, "Excuse me, sir," you know, I want to be kind because that's from my heart. But today is a different situation. Nobody should be in the parking lot asking around, so there's nothing wrong with saying no. Now, the next tip is, what if you say no and they get aggressive with you and they pull your purse and knock you down and pull your purse away? What do?
Well, my life is precious. It's the most important thing.
Right. Our safety and our lives are the most important thing. And I tell you, I've seen videos of these store videos of these ladies. They want to hang on to those Louis Vuitton, Gucci purses. They want to hang on, and they actually get dragged in the parking lot, whether it's a strong man dragging you or somebody in a car that reaches over and grabs your purse and is dragging you in a car. I have seen ladies get injured. So, you know, if you get severely injured and, you know, maybe it's a lifetime injury or you have to go to a hospital and, you know, have to have a doctor take care of you, it's not worth it to get injured over whether it's money from an ATM or a purse.
在这里呢，也要提醒大家，如果你在这个外头啊，你的拒绝的方式，你不理他，歹人呢，对方显然不会死心，甚至于没有任何的情形下，没有任何的言语的这个叫沟通下面啊，讨论这个要求下面，抓了你的皮包，抢着你的这个提袋就要跑。你要怎么做呢？Officer Sabota 说，在他的这么几十年的这个经验里边啊，这个警方的经验这个工作上面看到了太多次了，就有妇女朋友们女性呢抓着他的皮包。不管他值钱不值钱，名牌不名牌了，GUCCI 的也好了，LV 的也好了，不管是怎么样，就是死抓的不放。不论是在街上从肩头这样子抓的，跟歹徒在对峙，或者呢在车子里头从窗子那一头给你扯着，也是拉锯。那么最后呢，就是不是两败俱伤，是这一边女性呢。大概绝大部分都是受伤，被拖在地上跑啊，所以在这种情形下 ，life 生命是 priceless 的哈，这个是无价的哈。这个受伤了以后，在这边也记得，这个保险虽然可以帮你一些，医药保险帮一些，但是呢，受伤了以后吃亏的还是自己，更何况呢，医药保费还是一大笔，你损失的不光是钱，还有你的赚钱的时间和你自己的健康，千万不要把生命、身体跟歹人在这一方面去跟他们放在天平上面去比，真的不值得。
One last tip about getting money out of the ATM or the banks is once you get in your car and you're driving away, make sure you're not being followed, because many cases these thieves, they won't rob you in the parking lot. They will follow you home or the next location. Look up in your mirrors. If you think you're being followed, do not go home. Because this is where they want you to go home. And, many cases, this is our comfort zone. Getting home, that's where you're comfortable. So people say, well, I'm going to drive home. Maybe I can lose them. Do not go home, because once you get home and you get out of your car, they will pull up behind you, stick a gun in your face, and rob you. So where do you go now? If you think you're being followed, where do you go? Where is your police station or your fire station? Pull up in that police station. Most cases, they will not follow you all the way to the police station.
I don't think they will.
Yeah. So pull up to the front door of the police station. Lay on the horn. Get the officer's attention. Have them come out. And I guarantee that particular thief will know that you listen to the show and you're getting these tips.
好，在这呢Officer Sabota 呢，还是在最后还是要提醒大家，如果你在银行里边出来了以后要注意有没有车辆跟随着你跟随着你，不论你是要回家也好，你去回到你的店里也好，回公司也好，或者你直接去 grocery shopping 或者去买礼物也好，注意你的周遭，尤其是你的车子在路上有没有其他车辆从银行就 follow 你一块儿走，有这样子的情形，那么直接开到警察局吧。我们这边哪儿都有警察局的，警察局还蛮大的，就在Harwood， 在这个 Harwood 靠近过了方准在你的右手边，这个你都可以找得到警察局，到 police station 去。要不的话，你在马路旁边看到哪一辆这个警车停在那里要抓超速，你就停在他后边，没问题的，停在他后边，保证没有任何一个歹徒本来想要抢你的，跟在你后头，马上他一定掉头超速，赶快跑，没有哪一个歹徒有这个胆子跟着你停在警察后头。
Now, okay, on another topic, and I've been asked this morning and recently about people, they want to give their opinions and their thoughts, and I want your opinions and thoughts on this too. Recently in Houston, there was a restaurant, and a man came in and robbed all the customers with what appeared to be a gun. And everybody complied, which is a smart thing. You don't want to fight anybody, but they complied and gave him the cash, gave him whatever he asked for. Well, there was one man sitting with another man, and as the robber turned his back, the man got up with a real pistol, which is legally carried, and he shot this suspect multiple times. And then and you can watch the video, and what they're saying is, the media is saying that this robber did not have a real gun. It was a toy gun or a plastic gun that appeared to be. So some people are saying, well, the man should not have shot this suspect because it was a toy gun. Now, what are your thoughts on it? It's very important. Now, I'll tell you the reason why some of these suspects, they carry toy guns. Can anybody guess why they carry toy guns that look like real guns? Well, that answer is a lot of these thieves, and when they talk among themselves, because the charges are, if you rob somebody, just say you walk up to somebody and demand money, that's called robbery. If you do it within force, that's called aggravated robbery. But if you use a weapon or a firearm, that's a higher charge. It's called aggravated robbery with a deadly weapon. So a lot of these suspects, that when they do rob somebody, they say, well, I won't use a real gun because if I get caught, it will be a lesser sentence, lesser charge. So that's the reason why a lot of them carry, but in many cases, they carry real guns. So, some people tell me, well, officer, that person that shot the suspect didn't know it was a toy gun. He didn't know it was a toy gun. So just wanted to get your thoughts. And also, when you are in public and somebody demands your money or goods with what appears to be a gun, comply with them and don't be a hero and don't get shot and killed or injured over the money or the items you have on your personal.
好，在这里我们有一个问题让我们的听众朋友来回答，来想想看。因为近来我们就会看到在新闻里面这个餐厅里边来了一个，我们说来个歹徒吧，然后拿把枪对着大家，然后大伙儿就是把你们身上的值钱的东西都交出来，把你们的钱拿出来，拿你的手表、你的钻戒、你的项链、你的现金你的银行卡，你身上什么值钱的你都给我拿出来，拿着这把玩具枪。朋友们，那是玩具枪，那可不是真枪，但是做的就以假乱真，做的跟真的一样。在这样子的情形下面，第一个呢，我们也想 Officer Sabota 呢也想要问问看，朋友们，你觉得这样子的情形，这个我们也来谈一下这样子的情形，这个人的他的意图，或者是说我们应该怎么样子反应，我们应该要如何来处理？因为他这个不是真枪他这是假枪真枪嘛，我们双手高举，然后要跪要趴，我们照着他的要求做，保命要紧。这明明就是把玩具枪嘛，那我还做吗？我是否应该赶快站起来，立即反击打回去？这个要怎么办呢？朋友们，你觉得呢
？Just want to close with saying, this is a great city. This is a very diverse city, but just want to give these tips to make everybody smarter. And, when you're out shopping, it's very important. The big key is have a plan. When you leave the house in the morning, have a plan and be aware of your surroundings. And when you're out walking, shopping, put those cell phones down. Don't talk and walk. Don't text and walk. They say don't text and drive, but don't text and walk too, because this is what these criminals are looking for, is somebody that's not paying attention.
所以呢，在这呢Officer Sabota 也提醒大家你现在如果出门其实也要教导我们的孩子们要注意他周遭的情况，不要当手机的奴隶。到哪里都抱着他的那个手机，其实朋友们你也一样，我也一样，我们到哪都抱那个手机。在这边呢，跟人讲话的时候还要看看手机有没有其他的讯息进来，一个脑袋3、4用。然后呢，边开车边看手机，边买东西边讲电话，边送简讯，一定要自己以身作则之外，也要告诉我们的孩子，千万不能够这样子，不要给歹人有机可乘，而把自己的自身安全置于危险的地方。我们在结束以前，我们来问一下 Officer Sabota， 他对于那个餐厅这个玩具枪是怎么看？ Let me ask you your opinion. The question you just gave to our audience. What do you think? What you think is a proper reaction if I see someone holding a gun, but 95% I'm sure that is not the real one. Okay, that is the toy gun. Maybe it looks like real, but that's the toy one. Should we just fight back? Since we know that it's not the real gun.
Well, 95% is good. It's the 5% that scares people. And the 5% that it could be a real gun. Now, if you are 100% sure, then yes, you could fight back or tell them, no, that's a toy gun. But in most cases, and this is real, when you are surprised with what appears to be either a toy gun or gun, your natural body goes into a shock and you get scared. So, we can talk about this. We can prepare our minds right now. But if you're sure that it's a toy gun, then of course you can fight back or do what you want to, or run out of the store, run out of the restaurant.
Yes.
Call for help. But it's sometimes. But we all know what a gun looks like. But sometimes some of them are so real looking.
I know. OK, 我们刚刚把这个问题丢回给 Officer Sabota， 他的答案就算是95%，我们认为那一把是玩具枪。为什么呢？好死不死，我跟他买了一样的，我送礼物给朋友的儿子了，他居然拿了这把枪在这里晃荡，还是吓唬糊弄我们，谁怕谁啊？呼家呼啊！嘿，我就要反击，我可以反击，打击犯罪啊！这样子如何呢？ Officer Sabota 说你就算5%认为它是玩具枪，但是还有95%是玩具枪的可能，但是还是有5%的不确定。不要冒着5%的生命危险，除非你100% 的确定，你可以反击，或者你可以赶快冲走跑，因为毕竟玩具枪子弹绝对没有，也打不出来，所以应该你脚程够快，你也可以36计赶快跑吧。所以不要冒生命的危险，如果不确定，还是保命第一。好的，时间现在9点了，我们今天的节目要在这里告一段落了。再次的谢谢朋友们的收听，也谢谢 Officer Sabota 的参与。下个月我们会继续和他继续的讨论。Thank you for joining us today and such a great information.
It's always my pleasure, and I want to wish everybody a Happy New Year.
Happy New Year.